Most Australians have no idea their employer has been putting money aside for them every single fortnight. And a shocking number of people, especially those who've moved to Australia from overseas, have never once checked their superannuation balance, let alone chosen the right fund. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to explain exactly how superannuation works in Australia, which funds are performing best in 2026, and the one mistake that could cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars by the time you retire. G'day and welcome back to Aussie Finance Tips. Practical money content built for Australians. If you're new here, hit subscribe because every week we cover exactly this kind of stuff. Today we're tackling Super, the retirement savings system that every single working Australian is part of, whether they know it or not. Let's get into it. So what actually is superannuation? Super is a government-mandated retirement savings system. Every time your employer pays you, they are legally required to put an additional percentage of your salary into a super fund on your behalf. In 2026, that rate is 12%, meaning if you earn $80,000 a year, your employer is putting $9,600 into your super fund every single year on top of your salary. That money gets invested, grows over time, and becomes your retirement nest egg. You generally can't touch it until you reach preservation age, which is between 55 and 60 depending on when you were born. Now here's something most people who've moved to Australia don't realise. If you started a job and didn't choose a super fund, your employer picked one for you. This is called a default fund. And while some default funds are perfectly fine, others have high fees that quietly eat into your returns year after year. The difference between a good and bad super fund over a 30-year career can be hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's not an exaggeration, that's maths. So which funds are actually performing best in 2026? Let's go through the top ones. Number one is Hostplus. Hostplus has been crowned Australia's best super fund for 2026 by Mozo Experts' Choice Awards, and its balanced mySuper option delivered a stellar 1 year return of 11.9% with a low fee structure that makes it the best of the best for the best for the best for net returns. If you're under 50 and want a set and forget option, Hostplus is hard to beat right now. Number two is AustralianSuper. AustralianSuper is Australia's largest super fund and has won Canstar's Outstanding Value Award for superannuation every single year from 2011 to 2026. That's 15 years in a row. Its balanced option has delivered around 8.2% per annum over 10 years. It's the safe, reliable choice, the Toyota Camry of super funds. Not the flashiest, but never lets you down. Number three is Australian Retirement Trust. Australian Retirement Trust was named My Super Fund of the Year for 2026. A strong all-rounder with consistently strong long-term performance and solid fees. Great option if you want something different to the two above. Number four is UniSuper. UniSuper took out Super Fund of the Year for 2026 and is particularly strong for people in education and professional services. If you work in a university or professional environment, this is worth a serious look. Now, the thing nobody talks about. Fees? For the lowest total fees in 2026, Hostplus Index Balance charges approximately $187 per year on a $50,000 balance, with Vanguard Super and AustralianSuper consistently ranking at the low end. But here's the important nuance. Lowest fees and best value are not the same thing. A fund with slightly higher fees delivering consistently stronger net returns may still leave you better off. Always look at net returns after fees, not just a fee number in isolation. Now the big mistake I mentioned at the start, and this one genuinely costs people a fortune. Lost Super. If you've worked multiple jobs in Australia, there's a good chance you have super sitting in multiple funds from different employers, each one quietly, charging fees and eroding your balance. The ATO estimates there's over $17 billion in lost and unclaimed super in Australia right now. Go to myGov right now, link your ATO account and check your super balance. If you have multiple accounts, consolidate them into one good fund immediately. Every extra account is an extra set of fees eating your retirement savings. So what should you actually do? Here's the simple action plan. Step 1. Log into myGov and check your super balance and which fund you're in. Step 2. Go to Canstar or SuperRatings and compare your current fund's 5 and 10-year returns against Hostplus and AustralianSuper. Step 3. If your fund is significantly underperforming, switch. It takes about 10 minutes online and costs nothing. Step 4. If you have multiple super accounts, consolidate them into one through myGov. Takes 5 minutes and could save you thousands in fees over your career. That's your super breakdown for 2026. If this helped you out, chuck a like on it and subscribe. We cover practical Aussie money content every single week. Drop a comment below. Do you even know which super fund you're in right now? I reckon half the people watching don't. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one. This is general information only and not financial advice. Super rules and fund performance change regularly. Always consider your own circumstances and speak to a licensed financial advisor before making decisions.